You are a woman. What is the purpose of a woman? So you select depending on the purpose or maybe the characteristics. When you talked about Gen Zs, whether you live in the rural areas or you live in the urban areas, you have an equal chance to be selected. Hi everyone, my name is Rosemary Watetu. I'm the founder and CEO of Wall Street Africa Consultancy. I've been enlightening people more about market research, about social research, how to conduct interviews, how to make sure that your product interacts with people, how to solve your problem that you're facing in your company or maybe in your business. And for today's topic, we are going to talk about sampling. Maybe I want people to understand what it is. Why do we use sampling? What do we really mean by sampling? The importance of sampling. We want to understand the types of sampling, and also we want to understand how to select appropriate sampling technique and learn how to do data collection using sampling. So welcome back, and listen this video to the end and hit that subscribe button. If you've not subscribed, please support your girl by subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing with your friends. So we're going to go direct to our topic today. Our topic today is all about sampling. So what is sampling? Sampling is just selecting a subset of individuals from a certain population. You want to identify the people that you're going to interview from a big sample of population. And another question, why do we sample? Why sample? We sample to save time and cost. We also sample to allow for quick data collection. And also we sample to make research, to make market research manageable and efficient. So that is why we do sampling. The other one, we have terms that are used when the big sampling word is talked about. We have terms that are the key terms that are found in that. We have population. Population is the entire group that you want to study. You want to study the entire group. Let's say Gen Z and millennials. That is the population. You want to study the entire Gen Z. You want to study the entire millennial. When you say about sample, out of that Gen Z and out of that millennial group, you have to do a subset. You need to divide them. You need to select a subset. You can't be able to interview all the Gen Zs in Kenya. You can't be able to interview all the millennials in Kenya or maybe in Africa. So you have to get a subset. Which people are you going to target, and what are their characteristics? What are their demographics? Where are you going to find them? The sample frame. The sample frame is the lists and the method used to define the population. So when you talk about Gen Z, we all know is all about people from what age to what age. That is the sampling frame. That is the characteristics that we look, the list of people that are involved in that. We have the sampling unit. That is the individual element or group selected from the sample. So out of the Gen Zs, there is that individual element that you are going to check and pick from the sampling and from the population. Now let's talk about the types of sampling. We have different types of sampling methods. And as we all knew from our mathematics teachers and from our mathematics classes in high school and in the O level, we talked about probability and non-probability. So those are the two types of sampling methods, which are probability and non-probability. So let's talk about probability. What is probability? Probability is every member has an equal chance to be selected. This is a non-zero chance of being selected. You have a chance to be selected. Whether you are at home, whether you are at work, where you have a chance. That is why we said it's probability. You have a chance to be selected, to be one of our interviewers, to be one of our respondents. You have the chance to be selected. Under the probability sampling, we also have subdivisions on that. And the first subdivision is simple random sampling. what do we talk about? What do you think when you talk about simple random sampling? If you know what it is, kindly comment down there to the comment section, and I'll tell you what it is. Okay, sampling, simple random sampling is every member has an equal chance. Whether you are old, you are young, you're what. When you talked about Gen Zs, whether you live in the rural areas or you live in the urban areas, you have an equal chance to be selected. And also, for example, drawing names from a hat. You draw names from a hat. So that is an equal chance. You have an equal chance to be selected. At the second probability sampling, systematic sampling. Systematic sampling, like let's say you're going to household or an apartment. You select like every fifth house of the sample. So you interview every fifth. So that is the systematic. You have a system of every fifth house, every 10th house, every fourth house. So that is a systematic. You have to follow a system. You have to follow a routine, a list. You have to follow certain routine. And for example, like every 10th person on a voter list has an equal chance to be interviewed. Every person, you go to the voters list, you pick every 10th person, maybe like a Gen Z, every 10th person in a voters list, he has an equal chance to be, interviewed. The other example, we have the other type of probability sampling, we have stratified sampling. Stratified sampling is all about population is divided into subgroups, which are called the strata based on characteristics. So these are characteristics. We have Gen Zs, yes, but those Gen Zs have different characteristics. They don't have the same characteristics. There are people from like Kiambu. We say like people from Kiambu have different characteristics from people from Nairobi. We also have people with different tribes which have different characteristics. So that is how you divide people with different subgroups, and random samples are taken from each stratum. So we say the strata is divided into subgroups, and then random sample is taken from each stratum, useful for ensuring representation. So each strata is going to represent, and you're going to use it for each representation. The last probability type is cluster sampling. Cluster sampling is population, usually based on geographical. Geographical is all about the people where people live. Geographical is all about like Central Province, we have Western Province, we have where people come from and where people live. What are their observations there? So they have different geographical. So that is the cluster. You classify them from different geographical, and random clusters are selected, and data is collected from all members within the cluster. And as we said, we have two types of sampling methods, whereby we have probability and non-probability. And all those that have identified the four types are under the probability. Let's talk now about the non-probability. Non-probability is all about not all members have a known or an equal chance of being selected. You don't have an equal chance of being selected. Not all members that will attend or participate in a certain project or in a certain survey. So this is different from the probability. Probability, we said everyone has an equal chance to be selected. But for non-probability, not all members, not everyone has a chance to be selected. And we have types under non-probability sampling, whereby we have convenience sampling. Convenience sampling is selecting participants who are easiest to reach. So let's say maybe you want to have a quick interview about the Gen Zs in those that are doing the demonstrations. You get the quickest people to reach, and that is Nairobi. That is the place where you get the quickest people to reach. Maybe you get a densely populated place like Githurai. You get a densely populated place like Eastlands, where you get those people easily. So that is the convenience sampling. And For the convenience sampling, it comes with a risk, and the risk is may not be a representative because you're not using the real data. You're biased. You're going to be biased, so they might not be representative of whatever you're gathering or whatever you want to get. Then the second sampling type under the non-probability, we have purposive sampling. What do we mean by purposive sampling? Purposive sampling is selecting individuals based on specific characteristics or purpose. The purpose of you. Who are you? What's your purpose? What do you want to invest in? What do you really like? You are a woman. What is the purpose of a woman? So you select depending on the purpose or maybe the characteristics of a woman or maybe characteristics of a man. They are very different. We have this one, the purposive sampling is mostly common in qualitative research. Then the next one and the final one and the third one, we have snowboarding. What do we mean by snowboarding? Snowboarding, where existing subject refers you to another participants. Let's say you're doing an interview on someone who owns a motor vehicle, matatu, like matatus in Kenya, the public transport, someone who owns transport. When you're trying to interview that person who owns a public transport, he or she can refer you to their friends or people they know, or their people they know or their friends who still own a matatu or own a public means. Because getting those people on a random or maybe on a probability is not easy. You need to have referrals. You need to be told by someone else. Like for me, I'm a owner of these, and I can refer you to someone else I know. They'll give you their contacts. You'll call them and book an appointment with them. So it's all about referrals. Who do you know and who is supposed to fit in that subject. This one is used when population is hard to reach. Let's say you are doing a certain project and getting the population is not easy. Let's say the matatu industry or the public transport industry, and you're looking for buses that are maybe Utah, Mercedes-Benz, those who own different brand of buses. Getting those people is not easy. You can't be able to sleep one day and wake up and know that they live here, this person lives here. No, you have to get referrals from people who know them. And it's always allowed when it comes to research. Now, let's say maybe you're trying to choose the right sampling method. We're going to talk about different factors and recommend the best method. Let's say a large, diverse population. Which method would you recommend? Write down in the comment section. Large, diverse population, which method are you going to recommend for us to use? For me, I'll recommend stratified or clustered sampling. When it comes to limited time or budget, you have a limited time, you have a limited budget, which is the best method to use? We have systematic or convenience sampling. Use systematic, or maybe use the convenience sampling. Maybe for the people hard to reach, as we said, the people hard to reach is better use snowball or purposive sampling. When you need for high accuracy, you need the data to be very accurate. Now here we talk about the simple random and stratified interviews. So for today, that's all about the sampling. Make sure that you've understood all about sampling, the types of sampling, how to use them, and the factors when you're using different factors, and how to recommend different types of sampling method. The company is Wall Street Africa Consultancy. Always make sure that you follow this YouTube channel to learn a lot on how and what Wall Street Africa Consultancy does. And if you want to reach us, kindly check below. There will be an email or maybe the contact for us to interact and give you the quotation and work with you guys. Thank you so much for your time. Kindly subscribe, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, bye.